What's up guys, Jake here with JakesGotHerps, not being confused with herpes. Herpes is nasty. In this video I'm going to be doing a quick little overview of the tools of the reptile keeper. Now these are things that every reptile keeper should more or less own. You know, this can vary depending on your budget or what animals you keep and all sorts of stuff. And in no way I'm telling you have to go out and buy all of these things. I just think they're good things to have when you're keeping a lot of reptiles. So let's get started. First of all, this is obviously not one of those, but having a clean workstation is very nice to have. Obviously, there's stuff all over this, so I can show you guys, but having a clean workstation is nice because when you're handling an animal or, you know, water dish or a hide or something, you need to put it somewhere when you're cleaning your enclosure. So, you know, having a nice little desk or something is just good to put it on there, because a lot of the times, this happens to me a lot, I'll put everything on the floor and I'll leave for a minute to go get something, and I come back and I realize I just completely trashed my room, which is never good. So having a nice clean workstation is nice. I have a lot of paper towel that I use just to clean. I don't really use this stuff for substrate, but if you do, obviously you're going to need a lot of it. Buying it in bulk is very nice. And I buy the cheap stuff. You can buy like Bounty, extra, ply or whatever, but I just buy the cheap stuff. Works for me. Right here we have the mister, a little spray bottle. This is just nice for either getting your animals more hydrated. A lot of animals won't drink out of water dishes, or if you have chameleons or something like that, increasing the humidity, making them get a drink. It's just good to have. I think everybody should have one of these. Even if you keep a lot of desert animals, it's good just to spray them down once in a while when they're shedding or when you think they need a drink. Over here we have, this is hand sanitizer. I use this so I don't have to wash my hands in between every single animal I handle, or else you can spread things like mites or other things. It's just good practice to wash your hands in between handling your animals. Unless you keep them together, then I guess there'd be no point in that. This is just nice to have. I use a lot of these chemistry squirt bottles. I have two. One is for water. It's good just for hydrating your animals. You can spray it sort of on their face and they'll just kind of drink from that, which is good. I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of Viper Keeper videos where he uses these. He uses different ones obviously because he keeps venomous animals, but these are fine for me. And I also use one for F10, which is another good product to have. Just a good disinfectant, for cleaning your cages. Over here we have your calcium supplement. This is liquid calcium. I prefer the powder, but I ran out of it, so I'm using this stuff. Just for getting calcium in your animal's diet. If you only have snakes, you probably don't need that, but this is vitamin powder as well. Both are good for your animals just to add into their diet. Helps them, be healthy and grow stronger bones and all that good stuff that you hear on like PBS Kids or something. Drink lots of milk, get calcium. But over here we have a temperature gun, which is very good for getting the accurate temperature of your enclosure, both on the hot side and the cool side. As you can see over here, my little temperature probe for my chameleons is going haywire, just spitting out random numbers because it's broken. But these are typically pretty reliable, and you can cross-check it with a thermostat or something just to see how accurate it is. Most of the time, if they're off, they're only off a few degrees, which isn't too big a deal. I have these feeding tongs. These are for my rodents, and these other ones are for insects and anything else I want to feed. These are just good so you don't get your hands in the way, or if you don't like to touch insects or mice all the time with your hands, such as myself, you don't have to do that. And over here I have a knife. I guess I'll just explain this stuff. I have a knife for cutting tegu food, which is fine. And this little paintbrush is actually very handy for handling inverts. A lot of the times you don't want to prod your inverts with something hard, so I'll take this paintbrush and I'll kind of sweep them like that, and then scoop them up in my hand, which is fine. Works pretty well. Right here, if you're going to be doing any sort of recording, having a nice tripod is helpful. Now this is a smaller one if I use for a video where I don't need a lot of height or something, and I also use it just to hold because I have shaky hands, so that's good for recording. I also have a bigger one as well that I use for some of my videos. Just a good video making tool, especially if you have shaky hands like me. A lot of people don't like to watch videos where the camera's constantly shaking and you can't see what's going on. So other than that, we have I guess I'll show you this. I have a clipboard, keep records on, which is helpful at times. And over here I have a little dish that I use for, there's the mouse bucket I use for unthawing my rodents, just so I don't have to use a cup that somebody might drink out of. That's pretty disgusting. Oh yeah, One Direction duct tape, extremely important. It's got to have One Direction on it or it's not going to work. If it doesn't say I Heart Harry and Liam and Louie and Niall and Zane, it's not going to work. It's got to have one direction on it. Very, very important. Very, very important. Every reptile keeper will tell you that. Just kidding. But here, this is sort of a representation of something you could use. I have bigger ones over there. They're just holding containers for your animals if you need to soak them or if you need to just put them somewhere else while you clean their enclosures. So that's pretty much it. I know I've been rambling on about different products, but I just want to give you guys a little bit of insight on the things that I use to help maintain my animals. Just give you guys a little bit of information on things that you could use. I know not everybody uses these, but they're very helpful. Like these things, not a lot of people use, but it's very helpful. And just giving you guys a little bit of helpful information on keeping your reptiles easier. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave it a like. It helps me out a lot, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.